Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Cairo, and back in middle school I was considered what you essentially would call an introvert, antisocial, unable to talk to people. And as, tell me or not, but I can say confidently that I am probably like 10 times better. Like you could see me as like some extroverted figure based on it. Not fully, because of course, like, it all comes down to what you've known the most. But I'm just gonna tell you a couple of manageable steps in case you were in that situation like me, if you're unable to talk, if you feel like you just want to make that switch to being an extrovert, then this is your video. And if you're still watching, then I love you. But anyways, I think that the main problem with me and what I used to be was I was so anxious about it. I was never open to the idea. I was never open minded to just let me go talk to said person. Because socializing's kind of a bitch, I'm gonna be honest. Because when it comes down to it, you have the possibility of just completely embarrassing yourself, make a mockery of yourself, get bad criticism against yourself for actually no reason, and a bunch of other shit. Especially talking to people you don't even know. And the thing is, you just have to close that out. Like, honestly, in the sense of it, you can be a people pleaser all you want and try to be like the best self that you can be, but if it's causing you to basically shuttle yourself into your room, never go out and talk to anybody, then you basically are just not pleasing anybody. Let's be honest. And even if you are, you basically are making yourself 10 times worse because you're holding yourself up here. You're like up here when the social standard is like here. So you're more anxious. You're not building the skill enough because one, you're already afraid of it, and two, because you're holding yourself to a higher bar, you're more anxious, more likely to make a mistake, more likely to shuttle yourself into a room. And at that point, you just gotta let go. Even for me personally, I had to let go of a lot of like people pleasing habits essentially and just be like, yeah, you could go fuck yourself. Because what I've learned is that not everyone is right. Not everyone can be right. And the people who you see, you gotta hold to a little bit of a like a self looking into to be like, okay, this is right, this is wrong. Because like I could do anything and I could get disliked. Literally I got dislikes on my on a video literally talking about going to a different platform from Twitch to YouTube. And I'm just like, are you fucking delusional or something? What is there to dislike? And just doing that in general. Not to be like a fucking asshole about it, of course, but to be like, I know I can be right here, I can be wrong here, but it doesn't matter because I'm getting that social experience. And maybe, moreover, you can like grow as a person if somebody's giving you actual good criticism about stuff. Shuttling yourself and being anxious about it is never gonna be the answer to it. Um, moreover, moreover, you just gotta think of about a lot of ideas when you talk about something. A lot of people are just like, how do I start conversations? How do I end conversations? And it's not that complicated. All you gotta do simply is just think about anything that you want to talk about and then out there into the world. So, for me, I really like I'm such an imaginative person in that sense because I do always think about an idea about what I could say. Like, you heard about that new movie that came out. Hey, how's your friends doing? Hey, are you doing good? Oh, what have you just bought in today or some like anything. at literally anything that you can think of. Now, because I'm not in a social situation, I'm actually not thinking of very good ideas. But still, it can literally be anything. And you can delve deep into it. Now, the next thing that I want to note is whenever I look around me and I see, like, a bunch of, like, what you would consider introverts, a lot of them, like, whenever I was at my lunch table during high school, uh, I would just be ready to talk to anybody, essentially. Which is the point I'm gonna make. But a lot of people, that were in my friend group who are introverted were just like, oh, what? Wait, you're talking to me? Oh, okay. Uh, See, the thing about it is that if you want to become a more social person, you have to be ready to. And having this with you at any moment and just basically trying to dive away from every social situation by just going deep in your phone, it's not gonna gain your any friendships in the long run. You're basically just saying, I just want to be alone for like forever, essentially. Like, and a lot of going back to the same point, by the way, if you want like a good way of just interacting with people, you could just look over, not like breaking privacy with the person and be like, hey, what you watching there? Oh wait, you like this like FNAF game or whatever? It's just generally getting to know people, of course, is the number one thing. But you gotta be open. You gotta be ready for that. And mostly what I do, I rarely, if ever, go on my phone. And for me as an extrovert now, like I would literally go like, oh god, I can't be on my phone. Like literally, I would not even try to go on my phone. Like, honestly, I do find that phones are kind of annoying in some sense with the way they are, but that's not the conversational piece. If the thing I find the most entertaining, the most valuable, on a subconscious level for me, is interacting with people. And if I'm not interacting with people, then like I'm kind of just fiddling around doing fuck all. So you just gotta be ready. Like if somebody says like starts a conversational piece or something, then you can dive yourself into there and be like, I'm ready for this conversation. I'm ready to just talk to people in general. Without any anxiety, without any like thought. You just basically go with it. The next thing, I think it goes with the first point. But like I feel like laughing stuff off, unless it's like actually offensive and like just being self-aware essentially is probably gonna get you more social. Because a lot of the time I don't really care if I look like an idiot on any platform. Because again, I going back to it, I do have a sense of like this is what's right, this is what's wrong. If I don't agree about your like dislike, then I don't think you're right in general. So for the most part, I am self-aware about what I am doing. So like if I start stuttering, if I start like pausing very long on these videos and I start like doing a bunch of awkward shit, I know that I'm doing that. I know how bad it looks and how bad it is. If I do like a stupid decision, I know how bad it is that quickly. Literally. I can see it. But it's not like fixing it. So like again, trying to fix everything, trying to be a people pleaser, trying to sit here on my platform and just be like, I'm trying to make perfect. Whenever I interact, I'm not stuttering or whatever. Like, honestly, would you want someone who's artificial in that sense, who literally never stutters, who never does any of that? and you would just be like, "Yay! I like him as a person." No. Most of the time we love when people can like laugh off their mistakes, when people can like just make a mistake in general. And so just laughing it off and finding like the most creative response to something, it's gonna help you more than not. Like, even if at the moment you're just like embarrassed by it, then really honestly, one, mistakes are a growing point, and two, a lot of people like just to see, like, if let's say I spill coffee right here, I'm just like, oh, whoops. Guess the table wanted some coffee or something. You know, like, even if that you didn't just find that funny, you can still say, like, oh, he's kind of more human. You know, he's kind of more of a person from that than someone who's just like, this never happened before. You know, like, and of course, I'm not saying, like, all mistakes are equal, but, like, just generally mistakes where it's not, like, your reputation is at stake, then at that point, it's more happy than not to basically do so. And, do I have another point? Um, oh, number 5. With all of this being said, with everything I've stated up until now, still socializing with people is not always the answer to everything in life. Now, I would consider myself like ambiverted, but definitely more on the side of extroverted. But that still doesn't mean I just want, like, I'm always talking to people. I'm always going out and trying to talk to people and stuff. No, like, a lot of the time I'm sitting in this exact room, just doing stuff. Like, I don't always interact with people, but even if that's the case, I think it would be a lot better than, like, me just always socializing 24/7 all day. Like, for me personally, it's not as exciting as just, like, having the balance of both of them. Now, again, a lot of the time I do like interacting with people, I like talking with people. And that's just me. But again, you just gotta have a balance of it. And I definitely have my moments where I'm just sat in my room doing stuff. And a lot of people who are just like purely extroverted would just say, oh, introvert. Oh, he sits in a room, introvert. Like, no. It's simply wrong. Because, like, even if a lot of the time I do sit in my room, that does not mean I don't, I can't interact with people, or I'm not extroverted. It just simply means that what is in my room is indeed enjoyable, essentially. And, like, especially with this day and age where, like, you can just go online and just talk with whoever the fuck you want. That's why I'm making these videos, so I get more people in my eyes, therefore, more social interaction. But still, it's not like being extroverted is the answer. If you enjoy something that is sat in your room just doing fuck all of people, then that's fine. You could still call yourself an extrovert without, risking this like stereotype essentially. Because at the end of the day, we're all ambiverts. We're all like balancing it out. It just depends on who you are. So, yeah, that's where I'm gonna end the video. Hopefully you gained something new from this. Hopefully it's been a lot better than my recent ones, because I felt dry a little bit on this series, but hey, make sure to leave a like if you actually like this content. Make sure to subscribe down below, notifications, all the jazz. I never ask of this, but just do it regardless if you got even this far. And I hope you have a good day.